Hey guys, wow, I'm getting a lot of good emails. So this is going to be another edition of Shockbox. And by the way, let me show you something. I'm going to go to my account. And where do I do it? Manage account. Your account is in good standing. So far, so good. Your account is in good standing. So they haven't flagged me down. The false Christians, the anti-Christians, I should say, haven't flagged me down. Thank goodness. This is like the longest I've been up. It took me a while to kind of fight them off, but it's a constant battle. But let's go to my email. I received a email from Hughes11, and let's go to that email. And I don't have time to read all the emails back and forth that he and I did because it would take longer than 10 minutes. So I got, you could see a bunch of emails. Him and I have been emailing back and forth. But I'm going to summarize what our conversation was, and then I'm going to read to you the email that he sent me. It's really good. So I'm going to call this Shockbox Extreme Wisdom Edition. And if you can go, let me adjust the camera here. If you could sub to Hughes111 if you feel so led. I'm going to click his channel here, and let's go. What's really neat is I was looking, I'm like, wow, when you go to his channel, he does motorcycle videos, and he's in the United Kingdom. So it's cool. You can make friends with people all over the world. I'm over here in the USA. But basically, him and I were talking about evolution, and we disagreed to agree agreeably on evolution. I was saying it's not biblical. But what I always do when I'm talking to folks is I talk about the most important thing. I feel that I want to talk to them about Jesus Christ. So the guy was extremely polite, even though we admitted that we disagreed on things. So let me read some things to you. This is what I said to him. I said, where's my, I'll use this pen right here. I said, hey Nick, you are more than polite, and you and I know, let me move my laptop closer, hold on. There we go. You and I know that is rare on YouTube, so thanks for that. If you would allow me, this is me emailing him, okay, these are my words. If you would allow me to say something that I believe is more important than everything, I look at life and all the different things sort of like a ladder. On the bottom rung of the ladder, we have things that are not as important, such as what car, motorcycle to buy, where to eat dinner, etc. A few rungs up on the ladder, we get into more serious things like what political party should I support, etc. But at the very top of the ladder, what I put as the utmost important thing to research is what happens after we die. You have probably attended funerals like I have, and there is such a cold, hard reality to it. The odds of you and I dying is that we have a 1 in 1 chance of dying, LOL. So knowing this, I look at the most famous person in the world, what he said in the most famous book in the world, Jesus Christ. This is sort of like how I witness on YouTube and kind of giving you guys a little behind the scenes, like what goes on. He talked about hell more than anybody else in history. He warned people about it. Everybody agrees he is a historical figure, but what people disagree on is who he is. When I read John 3:16, his disciples that walked with him had kept track of what he said. He said, quote, those who believe in me are not condemned, but those who do not believe are condemned already, for they do not believe in God's only true Son. So, unquote. So I have to look at what he said. Do I believe it? If I believe it, then he is saying we're already condemned for our sins, since God's standard is perfection. Since we are not perfect, Christ lived the perfect life and actually died taking our punishment in our place. So when I look at life, using that ladder analogy, this is the highest rung of importance. I truly care about folks, and I believe with all my heart, soul, and mind that there is an eternity when we die. So what I do is focus on the highest, most important rung on that ladder, as eternity lasts longer than this life. So I'm basically telling them, where I'm coming from and why I do what I do on YouTube. Success to me is meeting someone like you and reasoning together, talking about the highest rung on the ladder. Success to me is hoping that you also see the importance of this, as I believe there is an eternity when you and I die. And I do believe there is a hell and a Satan and that evil exists. I believe the true measure of a man is if he can humble himself before God and admit he is a sinner in need of salvation. I believe salvation comes through Jesus Christ, as he himself claimed to be the Son of God, and the disciples who walked with him also died when they were told to deny him. They chose death. I just look at you and I as sinners in need of salvation, and I know what our meaning of life is here. When I was an atheist, nothing made sense. Now I know the meaning of life. It is to glorify God. Everything is to glorify him, and that is what you were made for. So this is what I emailed him, right? A lot of people, they don't take to that right, but some people, and I believe it is a spiritual thing, some people are, you know, they respond to that positive, right? So let's see what he said. Great, YouTube errors out on me right when I'm trying to Satan, it's always Satan. Let me refresh the screen. Weird, huh? You guys are getting this like right on. Okay, let's go here. Now let's go back. Isn't this weird, you guys? And I just wanted to read that to you. That is some weird stuff. I have it cut and pasted here just in case. I know Satan's little tricks, but look at it. It's not letting me check the email. That is weird. Let's refresh again. See how it says an error? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read what I cut and pasted here in case something happened like that. Always one step ahead of Satan and YouTube. So he put, where is it? Oh, I got to scroll down. I'm not kidding you. This is what he put, and I'll keep trying to get in there. He said, you know something, Rich? Tomorrow night, let me open it here. Let me scroll down. I'm going to a friend's house for dinner with his family, who attend church every Sunday, unless somebody is really ill, of course, and generally getting there would be next to impossible. But anyway, I'm going to ask him if I can go to church with them on Sunday. Just reading what you wrote to me about the ladder system and really thinking about what is most important in life, I'd like to actually start my path of rightfulness this Sunday. Would be earlier, but the church isn't open after work. And then he says they're only open at special times in the day here in the UK, apart from the big ones. Unfortunately, we don't have a main church here where I live. I just sat here and thought to myself, hold on one second. I could actually just die right now for no reason. It happens all the time. I then asked myself, what if? See, this guy's smart. So I made my mind up, but will forever, unfortunately, due to what I've learned, have the thoughts of evolution, in a sense, not thinking about it because I want to. Let me go over here. But because somebody put the thoughts there, and they're always going to be there. This is why I've always had a hard time deciding what I should do. Yeah, I have the same problem. I went to a godless, liberal, evil, indoctrinating, government-run socialist school system. That happened to me. But after a while, it's like you're able to unbrainwash yourself out of it. So he'll be okay, like I am. He says, you're a very kind person, Rich. Pretty hard to find people like you around. It's been great meeting you. Maybe it was my destiny calling. So God bless him. That was, look at this. It's like messing up. Let's go back. I can't get into my email. Do you guys ever have that problem? That was wild. Okay, I'm clicking it. Anyways. Now I can't remember who it was because I lost it. But you guys remember at the start of the video. But it's 8:39 p.m. Pacific time. And my email just went pahooey. I don't know what is going on. But this has been another edition of Shockbox, even with the dreaded spinning thing. Do you guys ever get that thing? Talk to you later, guys.